All right, good morning. Welcome back. Bear with me. Got a lot of things going on here. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Tezzy's Golf Ball Fun Teslita, baby. Hey, Danny. Oh. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, Tesla looks good. Looks good. Yesterday was sick. Welcome back, guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. How you like that quote? That is my favorite new quote. I heard this in a video, and I was like, hold on. let me rewind this video. I needed to hear that again. I love that. Randomness showing up enough times becomes predictable. That's awesome. I think that is so true. That's literally the stock market. It's all pretty much randomness, but it shows up so often that it becomes predictable, right? It's pretty wild. I think that's spot on. We'll get more into that. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Pura vida. Morning, morning, morning. It's got to show up. That's right. Got to keep showing up. All right. So today, what do we got? We got Powell testimony at 10 o'clock. So we'll see if there's anything going on there. 10 o'clock, Powell. 10 o'clock, consumer confidence. 10 o'clock, manufacturing index. Thursday, GDP. Friday, PCE. So we shall see. So 10 o'clock today looks like a little bit on the docket. Agnes, thanks for everything you do in the community. Tesla and SPY yesterday. Boom, baby. Thanks, Agnes. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys, for the early donations. Thank you so much. All right, so today we have possibly, let's not get too excited yet. We have possibly gotten outside of the range on this market. This has been like 3 weeks in the making. It is June 24th, and we are above the previous week's highs to open the day. Now, here's the problem. We're above those highs on a pre-market gap up, which is never something I love to, I just don't feel too confident to get excited about it yet. So this is something I would highly recommend you understand today. You are above these highs on a pre-market gap up, and we need to see those previous highs turn into new lows. We need to see that happen today. If that does not happen today, then you are failing right back within the channel inside of regular trading action, okay? We need to see those previous highs turn into new lows today to confirm that we are above this channel. We are above it now with some nice strength out there in the pre-market. It's a gap up, and gap ups can be given back. So please understand that today. That's very important. We'll obviously go over the levels. Want to go over the quote, randomness showing up enough times becomes predictable. I think this is like just a testament to what we look for, the break and retest strategy. It's technically just sort of randomness on the market, but it happens so often that it becomes something that we can predict. You have to be able to look for the same thing over and over again to start to build confidence in looking for it, to be able to predict it, all right? This is sort of like the conversation of jack of all trades, master of one, right? What would you rather be, a jack of all trades or a master of one? And really, the master of one is probably the only person that gets to see something as predictable. If you're a jack of all trades, it probably looks like a bunch of randomness to you. So this is sort of the conversation that, it's like, hey, let's focus on a single thing. Let's become masters at it, and it probably becomes predictable, right? And we know how to game plan for it. We know how to trade it. We know what to look for. And it's no longer randomness. We've seen it so many times that it is now predictable. So something to think about, man. Try to, whatever you're working on out there as a trader, whatever strategy you're looking for, whether it's the break and retest or whatever it might be, you got to spend some time and just focus on that one thing. You got to try to build confidence on one single thing and look for it every day. For example, Tesla yesterday. I mean, there was not a single way I was not taking that Tesla trade yesterday. It was exactly what we look for, dead on once again. Break and retest of the previous high a day, break and retest also of the intraday high a day. It was just a thing of beauty, and that was predictable. There was nothing non-predictable about that Tesla move yesterday, but it's because that's what we look for every day, so we're used to it. We're comfortable with it. We're confident to take that trade, and that's what you need. That's what you need to succeed, all right? All right, so with that said, let's get this party started. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Jumping over to the charts. So today, we are looking at, I got Tesla on the charts because I'm really tracking Tesla lately because I think Tesla's got some juice behind her. And I definitely don't want to miss a juicy Tesla move. So we're going to keep an eye on Tesla again today. But let's go ahead and start with the Nasdaq and ES today. Nasdaq futures. We are above the channel highs, which is incredible. So looking at this hourly chart, you guys can see these were our previous channel highs right here, right? You can see these highs. Here's your high. Here's your high. We have a very clear major double top high on this channel between 22,200 and 22,220, right? So we have major highs, major highs. Today, we can see we are holding above that level. Look at this. Even some tests down below, right, are quickly getting bought up as you even sniff out this previous high. And I'm liking the way this is looking, the consolidation above those previous major channel highs. So this is looking good. It's looking really good as of now, right? You can see previous high, holding above that this morning. That is a major spot today, my friends. You need to be holding above this low. If you fail this low, I think there is only one more level that could keep this inside or could keep this bullish momentum alive, and that is 22,130. 22,130, if I go to the 30-minute chart, is the previous highs from Tuesday of last week and the highs of Friday of last week, and that is right here. So I think that you need to hold. You would want to hold over these highs, right? This is the most bullish hold right here at 22,200. You would like to see this turn into a strong hold today. If you do creep down a little bit lower into 22,130 and hold, right, I still think that's very good. Now, where does this all fall to shit? Where does this all fall to shit? And I think my mic is cutting up again. I don't know why this thing won't pick up my voice. Check. How's the mic? Where does this all fall to shit? It falls to shit if you fail back under Friday's highs. If you fail back under Friday's highs today and you see this happen, you're right back in the shitter. You're right back in it. Right there. Right? Because you're back under Wednesday's highs. You're back under Tuesday's highs. You're back under Friday's highs. You're back under all of last week's highs. That is no bueno. No bueno. If that happens, you are not looking for upside continuation anymore, my friends. That is over, right? So please understand that. If you fail under 22,130, you are right back within the last week's highs, which would literally just put a ceiling back on it. I mean, it would be like a lock. The lock would snap back closed, and you would be right back stuck again, right? That's where the lock, basically, it would just form a new ceiling again, right at that level. So you cannot fail that. You cannot fail back below that. I think holding above last week's highs at 22,130 is good, and I think the best hold is 22,200. These are the best holds that you need to see. If you don't see these, you're right back into this area, and you're right back to shitville, for a lack of a better word. I'm going to change the mic real quick. All right, so we're back on the Yeti mic. Yeah, something's going on with this DJI. I don't know what the hell it is. I can see, like, you know, when I see this, I know this is going to look crazy to you guys. Look at that. It's like the infinite mirror. See this little green bar down here that's moving around? I can see it skipping. So I don't know. Something's going on with that thing. All right. So that's that. That's Nasdaq futures. Now to the upside. To the upside. We are looking at 22,430, and we are looking at 22,575 right here. 22,430 are these highs right here, right there, right there. Above that, I think you're going right to this high right here. All right, if I zoom in here, if you break above this high right here at 22,430, I think you're going to this high right here at 22,575. Okay, that is here and here. Those would be the next moves if you hold up today. Here and here. Okay? All right. We shall see what happens. We shall see. S&P 500 futures. ES. Hourly chart. I think it's probably 6,100. I know there's a little 6,109 spot from last week's highs. However, I think it's probably 6,100. You could do something along these lines, between 6,109 and 6,100, but I think ultimately it is the 6,100 psych, that sort of major spot. So you guys can see right here, it's right between these Wednesday's highs, these Monday's highs. 6,100 to 6,109 is absolutely the spot that needs to hold on today. On a pullback, you guys can see here in the overnight session. Look at 6,100 in the overnight session here. All right, look at this area, 6,100 to 6,109, trying to hold up. This has to hold today. If we fail back under 6,100, we are going back down right to 60.80. This would be a very quick downside move right here of around 20 points. So if we do fail under 6,100 today, I think you're going to 60.80 again. Okay. 60.80 would not be the end of the move, in my opinion. I think 60.80 could still be a good pullback. Why do I say that? Because 60.80 is still above the previous week's highs here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you guys can see here the 60, 70, 60, 80 area right here, right here, right here. I think a pullback towards that spot is still pretty good, right? And that would give back this straight upside move. I think it is very possible that you need to give back this vertical candle here. All right, see this vertical candle from 80 to 61? That's around 20-point candle right there. I think it's very possible that you need to give that back. And that would be a pullback to this 60, 80, 68, 60, 70 spot right here. I think that's very possible today. So you have previous highs, previous highs, previous highs. If you pull back and hold there today, I think that could be a nice little long opportunity. I would look for that. Okay. The best and strongest hold would be above 6,100. If it breaks that, you go 60, 60, 80, 60, 60, 80, 60, 70. Under 60, 70, you're in the shitter. Okay. Back to purgatory. You go. Under 60, 70. Under Friday's highs. Under Wednesday's highs. Under this Tuesday high. If you start trading back under that, you are right back in there. How about that 6,000 bounce yesterday? Holy hell. How about that 6,000 bounce? How about that daily 20 SMA bounce yesterday intraday? Holy crap. I did not expect that. I did not expect this end of day, I'll be honest. But that is a step up, an insane step up off those lows. Nutty. Right off our levels. Perfect levels. Spot on. Once again, as you guys know. So, awesome. Those of you that had my charts on... had the direct link on TOS. You had that on your charts. Hopefully you found something off that, man. 6,000, just a thing of beauty. Daily 20, perfect. So, pretty sick there. You caught it, Chef. There you go, man. Congratulations. 6100, 6070. Those are your pullback areas. Those have to hold. You break 6070, you're back in the shitter. Upside supplies. 6140, 6175. Let me show you where these come from. Check out 6140 today, guys. It's a big spot. 6140 is a big spot. Right here. 6140, 6140. Look at these rejections at 6140. Pretty big spot there. Above that, right here, 6175. And this low. So, those are my next two levels to the upside. You can already see 6140 is the exact high that's rejecting this morning. So, 6140, 6175. Those are the spots I would look above. If we do have an upside move, I'd be careful of 6140 rejecting. If we get above 6140, you're going 6175. Very clean today. Very clean today. SPY. 606 looks to be the rejection spot for now. I love to see it hold 604, but I don't know if you're seeing that right now. 606 technically is sort of this high from CPI, which is honestly sort of rejecting again. 606.40 area, sort of nasty there, honestly. All right, take a look at this. You're sort of rejecting that 606, 606.40 high there from that CPI high, so this still looks like it's sort of chained up slightly. Some levels that I'd like to see hold to the downside. Number one is 604. 604 is this high, this high, this high. If you break under 604, then I think you got to see like this 602 area step up. 602, 601.50 area. I really think you're going to need that to step up. I like 601.50. It's like 601.50 to 602. It's really that whole zone. So I'll just sort of pop in I'll pop it between that. Here's our high, here's a high, here's a high. If you do get down a little bit deeper, I think 602, 601.50. You break back under these highs right here, you're right back in it, guys. You're right back in it. So, 604, 602, 606 highs looks a little bit heavy, to be honest. And if we do break that at 606, then you're going to these highs right here at 608.50, and then you're going to 611. So those are my next levels above. Right here. 608.50, 611. That 604 looks pretty important here. 604, 602. QQQ is almost at all-time highs, which is crazy. If we go to the 4-hour chart here on the QQQ, hello to all-time highs. All-time highs are right here at 541.28. That is your all-time high on the QQQ. 541.28. So you're not that far off that. 541.28. Let's go ahead and break it down short term. So here we go. 30-minute chart. You guys can see right here. 535. I think I put this as a pretty big zone because I think you just got to monitor this zone today. It's anywhere between these highs and these highs right here, right? It's inside this 535 to around 533.50 area on the QQQ. It's anywhere where these highs were developed. See all these highs right here? Right here, right here, right here, right here. It's all in there. Somewhere in there at 533.50 to 535, you need to see buyers step back up. If you break back under 533.50 on the QQQ, you can see I have it labeled must hold. If you break below that, you are right back into this channel, all right? And that would be very weak, in my opinion. So 533.50, I think, is your must hold spot. You can see that is very clearly this Friday smackdown, right? And that is the level that I'm going to want to see hold today. If you do not hold here, right? If you do not do something like this and hold here, and you do something like this, then this is a meaningless move, right? In my opinion. You'd likely come back down to this 530.40 spot. Maybe it holds up there, right? But then you have to then be cautious of something like this, right? A lower high at that Friday high. So, very important, All right, 533.50, very clearly the important spot. You got to hold that today. That's Friday's highs. I would absolutely need to see that. If not, we're going back to 530.40, and at that point, you're right back within the channel, and everything to the upside just gets uninteresting, really. Potential hold spot before 533.50 is 535 here, 535.30. I'm going to call it 535 on the dot. And that's going to be something I watched today, 535. That's been our large breakout above level that we've had on our charts for some time. To the upside, 539 is very clear. I'll show you where that comes from. You can see right here. 539 is from back here. You can see this high, 539. That's our next spot. Above 539, I think you're going all-time highs. There's really nothing else stopping it. So above 539 today, guys, I think you see all-time highs in the QQQ. If you get a move. Absolutely. It's very possible. Okay. SMH did a thing of absolute beauty yesterday. I mean, it could not have been cleaner on the SMH yesterday. We talked about needing to hold 256. It did exactly that. It reclaimed 261.50, which is what we needed to see. It did exactly that. And look at this rip, right? Look at this hold at 261.50 to close the day. Unreal. So SMH is sick. It continues to be sick. It's just driving the strength, in my opinion. Really clean lows, 256. That 261.50 hold. The hold above these highs right now is really important. You can see right here, 265. Bam, bam. Smack down, smack down, smack down, smack down, smack down. What do we need to see here? We need to see buyers defend 265 today. If buyers defend 265 today, I think you're going to 270. IWM has made a very important move over this 211 spot, but guess what? IWM is about to meet its final boss here today. 200 SMA, 216 is the final boss for IWM. Can it get above it? Right here. Can it get above it? That's the question mark. Dow Jones. Dow Jones is right at its... Yeah, look at the Dow. 200 SMA on the dot. Look at the Dow. Right at it. 200 SMA. Big test today. Huge test today. And if they fail, everything we just worked on here in the after hours is gone. So you better be prepared for it. All right. What are we at? I'm scared to look at the likes. They're probably abysmal. Let's see. Hey, they're not that bad actually. Press the like button. Press it. Press the like button. There we go. All right, let's continue. Tesla. So, Tesla made a really nice move yesterday. Incredible break and retest over our 336 level. I mean, we've been staring at this 336 high for a very long time. We've said, hey, let's just wait. Like, guys, this is just a testament. If you come to this live stream, you know what we've been saying, right? We've been saying, hey, you either want to trade within this channel or you just wait for it to break, right, guys? I mean, it's another perfect example of and hopefully that helps you stay disciplined. For like 2 weeks, we said, hey, it's probably not worth trading Tesla in here. Just simply wait for it to break the highs or break the lows. That's it. Just have an alert set and wait for it to do it. Guess what happened yesterday? 336 was our high, right? Look at yesterday's price action, please. Right? Like, look at the difference after you break that channel, right? Look at 336 yesterday. Right here. Unbelievable. 336, 336, break, retest, long. I mean, isn't that so much easier to wait for? And wouldn't you be such a more profitable trader if you stopped losing money inside of these chop ranges and just had some patience for us to break out of these ranges, and then just had the capital ready to go and had the mental capital as well as the actual money capital ready to go, right? 336, we've been saying for 2 weeks, wait for it to break to take Tesla. What did it do? It did a perfect break and retest over 336. I mean, think about that, all right? And focus on that moving forward. I mean, it's just perfect. So we get a pullback yesterday after that big squeeze up into the 355, and you can see we're holding like this little area right here, right around that 343. It's a pretty nice looking hold right here at this 343 area. I like that. Now, you guys probably already know what I'm going to say. The best long is here, by the way. This is still the best long, which is sort of, I don't know if it's going to get there, right? I don't know if Tesla's going to do this, but it very well could. There could be a lot of people that get trapped on the wrong side of Tesla today on a pullback and then sort of panic out of it. And this pullback is really the correct long opportunity. That is the break and retest on a larger time frame, right? This is the hourly chart, 4-hour chart retest that we love to see. So if we come back down to that 336 spot, that is a long opportunity, right? That is not a, oh my God, panic out of Tesla move. So I would be watching that at 336 today. If I get a move down to there, I will definitely be looking to get a little, formulate a little bit of a long opportunity at that 336. That is a retest of the previous major highs. Okay, so if we get that, very nice. Now, there is a level here that I think could help Tesla just continue to rocket higher without a pullback, and that is 355, anywhere between 355 and 350. It's in this 4-hour channel over here. So if you look back over here, you have this 350 to 355 area that was a very clear failure, right? Failure area. We failed here, we failed here, we failed here, we failed here. So anywhere between the 355 to 350 was a major previous rejection area on Tesla, right? We just couldn't get above it. It continued to fail, and eventually it caused us to go lower, right? You can see right here. Failing. A little bit of a trap buying up here, and then obviously the downside came in aggressively. If you hold above that today, I could see Tesla reaching up towards that 368 high. So if you hold 350 to 355 today, if you hold above these previous highs, I think there is a chance Tesla just sort of exhausts itself again into that 368 high. I think that is possible. Sometimes when Tesla gets on a run, it just, it doesn't fully pull back. It just sort of, catches another leg. So I'm going to watch that 350 to 355 zone today. I'm going to look to see if, there's strength out of this zone today in here. If you break 350, then I think you will get your move back to 343, which is these lows here. If you break under 343, then you're absolutely going to get your 336 pullback. So I would only short Tesla personally under 343. I would not short Tesla into these holds that came in yesterday. I would not short Tesla through 350 to 355. I think that's sort of crazy. If you break under 343, I think that's a very easy short to 336. This is your short right here. That's an easy short. 336 would then become my long. But let's see what happens at this 355, 350 today. I think this could hold up. If it does, then you're going to get your push towards that 368 high. And just so you guys know, a 368 breakout is a very big breakout for Tesla. It's a very big breakout for Tesla. This is not some kind of small breakout move for Tesla. Over 368, if I go to this, let me just clear this chart up. Over 368 is a very major breakout here. Right here. So you see this right here? 368. See these highs and these highs? If you break above 368, I think you're probably on your road to 400 plus. So this is really it. I mean, this is the huge test. 368, 368. Look at these double top right here, right here. If you put behind all of this price action and you start trading above that, this could be, this could really be it. Something to be very aware of, right? You sort of gotta lock in on that today, I'd say. Just lock in over the next few weeks, really. If Tesla does look strong again and gets over 368, I think there's 380. I think there's 400. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, NVIDIA. So it's funny, man. This morning, news that Jensen is selling. I literally said this yesterday because of price action. It's actually crazy. Someone is clearly selling NVIDIA at these highs, and it seems that it was Jensen. So when a stock just can't get over a level, and it's like sort of ridiculous how it's just sort of like ridiculous how it can't get over it, even with market action. There's someone just selling the shit out of it. And the only people that can keep a stock down would be someone like a CEO of a company. So yeah, Jensen this morning, reports of him selling shares. That is exactly why this thing just can't get over 145, 146. It's just pinned. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens if it can get over 146 today. Maybe once Jensen is done selling, we'll get more upside. But for now, I'm probably just going to lay low on NVIDIA a little bit. 146 just looks like a fucking beast of a level. It's got to get above it. AMD is a runner. It's just a runner. AMD is, I think it's just thin right now. People are just getting out of these shorts and it's just running thin. Looking fantastic for trading opportunities. Over 133, I don't see much to stop NVIDIA until 140 in this area right here. So above 133, I would absolutely be watching AMD into 140. Right now, you can see it is squeezing over 133 as we speak. So I would absolutely be watching AMD back between the 130, give it like 130 to 132 area to see if buyers can step up in that area. All right, see if we can get buyers to step up in these highs, this consolidation range, see if that strength comes in again. If it does, I think this runs away with it today. I would absolutely be watching this. Broadcom, I really hope this waits for me. I pray to God it does. Because Broadcom is doing exactly what you want for this thing to just rip. And it already ripped, unfortunately. Look what Broadcom has done today. This is unreal. Highs, 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 256. This is also previous all-time high, by the way. Look at this hold over 256 this morning. It's literally perfect. So, that's not a great entry at the current moment, but I would love to try to get an entry off 256. Sort of sucks that it's already gone. The target is absolutely 265, no doubt about it. That's like a for sure target because there's nothing stopping Broadcom in this area right here, right? Above 265 or 256, I don't see a reason why it would stop before 265. If you get over 265, then you're really getting, then the party's really starting. So 265, 256, sort of sucks that it's sitting right in the middle of the channel. Could you try to find an entry like off this sort of overnight high here? Maybe, right? Maybe there's a little sneaky entry like at this 258.70 area. But you have to know that you're sort of right in the center of the channel there. So 258.70, pullback 256 would be great. 265 is the target. Okay. All right. So ARM. Oh, man. ARM. Unreal hold. Look at this ARM hold. Talked about this one yesterday. Can we turn these highs into new lows? That is exactly what ARM did. It's exactly what ARM did. Perfectly. Hold, hold, hold. Yesterday. Look at this hold, please. Look at this. Look at these levels. Look at the levels, man. These are all levels that we had on our charts from the pre-market live stream yesterday. Did not touch a single level on ARM. Look at that hold. Perfection on ARM. We're above now. So now what are you looking for? You're looking for a pullback long between 148 to 149 right here. If you can turn this high, this high, this high into new lows on a pullback and you start to see buying step up, you are taking that long here with a target of 155. If you fail back under 148, this goes right back to the death land. Okay. MU's been all right. Oh, shit. It has been really all right. It's going. MU over 124.50 previous day highs is definitely a watch today. Sort of gone already, but look at this high. Previous high, hold. I mean, look at the break and retest. Previous highs, break and retest. Shit. Am I the only one that just gets excited when I see this? Maybe that's why I do what I do, man. Maybe because it's just like seeing this just gets me so riled up. I don't know what to say. I mean, I guess it's just passion. Look at this, man. That's beautiful. It's art. It's truly art. Over 124, I think you're going 130. I don't see anything. If I go back on the 4 hour, I really don't see anything until 130 here. Yeah, over 124.50. This is what you're playing with between 124.50 and 130. I mean, that's not going to stop MU if the market stays strong. So I could see MU to 130 today. Just got to find yourself an entry. That's the problem now. Got to find yourself a good entry. The good entry is 124.50. That's the unfortunate fact. Maybe back to like this 125.70 spot. But this is the good entry here. Yeah, Nasdaq continues to look strong there. Look at that wick off that low on the ES. Oh, yeah. You might get a move here in the future session. Right here. Look at this wick off this low. All right. What else? What else? Meta, very strong yesterday. Insane. Meta off the daily 20, absolutely sexual. Look at this daily 20 on the Meta. Daily 20, sexual. That is sick. Today, I would be looking for Meta to hold over 705. If Meta can try to hold over this 7, it's really like Meta has been shaky up at these highs, man. There's been really shaky up at these highs. I think it might be 706, honestly. I think 706. If you can hold over 706, then I think you can get your run. 711, 716. Pullback long would be sexy at 694 if we can get it. That would be the best long, but hey, I'd watch 706 on Meta today for sure. Roblox has just been absolutely just ridiculous. Look at this chart. It's on a rope. I mean, that's a rope. I don't even know how to enter that though. I really don't. How do you enter that? It hasn't even gone back to the daily 20. Yeah, it's sick. I mean, if anyone that's holding shares on that thing's loving this. Let's go to Amazon. Amazon and Google, man, just have been sort of shit. But Amazon may be waking up here. If we can get over 213.50, I'm actually going to create an alert. Over 213.50 on Amazon, I think you can navigate towards that 217.50. So there's a nice like 4 points here to look for right here. I would look for these 4 points over 213.50. Well, nice hold at these lows, 208. Can this thing sort of curl back over and get back to 217.50? I'd watch that. Google, if Google can reclaim 169, you probably get a short squeeze, to be honest, because this thing's just been sort of getting pummeled. If you can reclaim 169, I'd expect a little bit of a squeeze action towards 172. So I'd watch that. Yeah, Microsoft's been on a rope. That thing was just holding previous all-time highs. You can see that held here. It's held. I mean, it's just. I just don't like Microsoft's a terrible guys. This is not really like good price action intraday though. I mean, like how do you trade this, man? How do you trade this? It's not really a trading stock for me anymore. It's sort of just like a buy shares and close your eyes to me. I think you'll make more long term by buying shares and closing your eyes. I'm gonna be honest. I truly believe that you will just make more by buying Microsoft shares and enjoying the ride. Because that is not trading price action, guys, on the intraday. You have to understand that. Like, this is not tradable price. Yesterday was nice. Yesterday was the first expansion move, which is great to see. But before that, look at this, man. So you did get a nice move there. If you like Microsoft, buy some shares, man. Retest would be great right here. I'm actually gonna set an alert. This would be an interesting retest. Let's get an alert at 480s. Yeah, you got to trade the daily candles. I agree, Robert. You got to trade it on a longer term, right? Apple's been waking up a tad. This might be a little sleeper to pay attention to here, right? Everyone hates Apple right now, but technically it's still a fantastic company. 193 has been holding. The consolidation has been good. If you can get Apple over 208, there could be something here. So I'm going to watch Apple 208 and then Apple 215. I got my alert at Apple 208. CRWV has to hold. Yeah, it's not really holding here. I think CRWV's got to hold over this 175, 176 here for another move. If it fails, I think you're coming back to 165. So 175, 176 there. Circle has to hold 250 for me. 250, 235, 210. Hims is done for now, unfortunately. My Sheila. 43. I think 43 really needs to hold. If 43 doesn't hold, then you're going right back to 38. Unfortunate there for Mr. Hims. Looks like the medicine has worn off. What else did I miss? Uber. Uber daily chart is nutty. We talked about this 82 retest, man. Look at this Uber daily chart. Previous highs on Uber. Look at this right here. 82 Uber. That is a sick looking retest hold on the daily. Look at this 4-hour break. Pretty nice looking there on Uber. If we can get over 90, I would take a long into 93 and then look for that move to continue. So yeah, I'm gonna watch 90 on Uber. Definitely one of my watches today for sure. Costco, Team Cost sort of woke up yesterday finally. I would sort of keep an eye on Team Cost. When Team Cost likes to run, it likes to run. So 1,000 on Cost, something to watch on a little hold above today. If Costco reclaimed, I think Costco is going to push higher here. I'm just going to say that. Costco over 1,000. If you can hold above 1,000, you're probably looking at a next move here on Costco. So, yeah, watch 1,000 very closely on Costco today. Costco 1,000. If you hold that, I could see that moving. Oracle. Yeah, nice little flag action on Oracle here. What's these previous highs? 198.30. I'll go over Netflix for you, Harmon. 198.30 is previous major daily highs there. What is that on the 4-hour? Yeah, that's sort of like the retest spot that you'd want to see. All right, you're sort of getting your flag back to that retest right now. It's building. This is building mode right here. All right, it's building. I think you might not get it fully back, but look, right? This is what it's doing right now. It broke these highs, and it's squeezed above, and this is your retest move, right, guys? Guys, you got to understand the phases of how stocks move, right? We've seen it 1,000 times. You get your squeeze, and then you get your sort of quiet pullback that everyone starts to lose interest. But this is exactly when things start to get sexy, all right? This area is the sexy move. This is not sexy. You should hate this move because it's not tradable without chasing. This is when it gets sexy because this is that slow pullback that you can plan for, right? And you can actually have discipline on. And when that thing goes again, if you're the one that was disciplined on the pullback, you're going to get paid handsomely, right? So yeah, it's in that phase. It's sort of in that pullback phase that you should be interested in. I'd say over 215, you probably get it to go. Right? Right over this 215, you probably get it to go. So I'd put an alert over 215. See what it does, sure. Let's go over Palantir. Palantir over 140 is what needs to happen today. If you hold over 140, you go to 143, over 143, 145. You gotta hold 140. Okay, that's gonna be it. Nasdaq futures. 22,200, 22,220, gotta hold. S&P 500, 6109, 6100's gotta hold. SPY, I think 604 is great. It could be 602, but 604 would be better. QQQ 535, 533.50's gotta hold. If you guys want these levels straight on your chart, today is the last day that I'm going to provide that to you guys. From this point forward, it's going to be for the people in the Discord. And our mentorship, that'll be obviously included with the membership. But for you guys, if you want it for free, this is the last day I'm going to do it. It's down in the description. It says free morning watch list. So if you join that free morning watch list, there's going to be a post. It's right here. You guys can see it is the link to the chart. I need to see what people are saying on this. This is the link for the chart for the. I think you guys can access this one. Yeah, you can. This one's locked, I believe. I'm going to probably just resend it. So if you want it, yeah, it's going to be for the YouTube supporters. I'm working on it. For now, it's free. This is the last day it's free. If you guys want to get it, see what it's all about. Last test day, last test run. I'm just doing some beta testing on the idea. You know, getting you guys already gotten some good feedback on like payment links problems and, you know, feedback on, you know, loading it up and all that shit. So just using you guys as, you know, I guess, you know, testers. If you want to test it, join down below. Free morning watch list. You'll get this. And then from this point forward, it'll be for our members. All right. All right, guys. That's all I got for you. Hope you have a fantastic trading day. Hope you had a good, hope this was a good session for you. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.